Now we know what financial leverage is. It's the use of fixed financial costs such as what preferred stock dividend or the coupon. You know why do we need to use financial leverage? Because we want to magnify earning per share. Okay, why? How? Because cost of leverage or cost of debt is lower than cost of equity. Next big question is when to use financial leverage. We will try to use EBIT EPS analysis. So EBIT EPS break-even analysis or indifference analysis is what? The analysis of the effect of financing alternatives on EPS, right? Break-even point is the EBIT level where EPS is the same for two or more alternatives. Okay, so we try to calculate EPS for given level of EBIT at the given financing structure, so that we have the equation EPS earning per share equals to earning available to common stock, right? You take EBIT minus interest multiplied by 1 minus T, because we make after tax, minus preferred stock dividend divided by share outstanding, right? This is the formula for EPS. We will use example to explain EBIT EPS break even. A company has 2 million in long-term financing. Let's say 100% common stock equity, no debt, no preferred stock, only 100% common stock equity. Current common equity share is 50,000 shares, right? So 1 million in new financing or of either you need $1 million, right? New capital. You have three alternatives. First alternative, all you issue by using all common stock. You sold at $20 per share. So you can raise another 50,000 shares, right? How do you get 50,000? 1 million divided by 20, right? 50,000 extra. Second alternative, use all debt with a coupon rate of 10%. Okay. Third alternative, that 1 million you use preferred stock with dividend rate 9% per year. You expect EBIT to be 500,000. How do you get expected EBIT? It comes from expected sale minus expected cost, right? You get expected EBIT 500,000. Income tax is 30%. So look at the first alternative, right? This is the partial income statement. We start out from EBIT until earning per share, right? Look at the first column. You expect EBIT 500,000, right? Interest will be 0. Why? Because you don't issue new bond, right? No bond, no preferred stock. So interest will be 0. EBT 500,000. Pay tax 30% of EBT, right? 15,000. EAT 350,000. Preferred dividend is 0. Why? You don't issue preferred stock. And earning available common stock is 350,000 divided by share outstanding. Share outstanding 100,000. How do you get 100,000? Look at the question. Current common equity share 50,000 and you add another what? New common stock 50,000, right? So the total will be 100,000. You calculate earning per share is 3.5. 3.5. You can plot the dot, right? You can plot the dot from what? EBIT. EBIT what? EBIT 500,000. EPS will be 3.5, right? You see, if EBIT, you see the right dot, okay? The right dot. If EBIT 500,000, EPS will be 3.5. You see the right dot, okay? And let me ask you, if you want to draw the line, how many dots do we need? 2, right? At least 2 dots. So find the other dot. Let's assume if EBIT, assume any number, right? Assume if EBIT is 150,000, what happened to EPS? You calculate, right? EBIT 150,000, interest 0, EBT 150,000, tax will be 45,000, and you get EAT, EACS, EPS 1.05, right? And you plot the dot, you get the left dot, and you can connect the line. This is the line for the common stocks. What about bond? Let's issue bond instead of common stock. EBIT will be, let's say the first column, expected EBIT 500,000. But now you got to pay interest 10%, right? 10% of the money that you raise is 1 million, 10% is 100,000, and then you get EBT 400,000, pay tax, get EAT, and you pay 0 preferred stock dividend, right? Because you don't issue preferred stock. EACS 280,000, number of share is only 50,000, right? Because you don't issue new share. So EPS will be 5.6. You can plot the dot. You see the green line, that right dot. Relationship between EBIT 500,000 and earning per share 5.6. Since we need the line, right? So we need 2 dots. The second dot, you can assume EBIT is 150K, right? Pay interest the same, 100,000, EBT 50,000, blah blah blah. Pay 0 preferred stock dividend. In order to get EPS 0.7, right? And you plot, you get the left dot of the green line, right? Which represents that. So you see the cross section, right? Intersection between that line and common stock line, right? That point is indifferent point between debt and common stock financing. Why? No matter you issue debt or common stock, you get the same earning per share. So we trying to find that dot, right? That point. How do you get that point? How do you get the level of EBIT for that point? We take the same, you see, we make EPS stock equal to EPS for bond, okay? Based upon the formula, right? EPS will be earning available to common stock divided by share outstanding. You set it equal to side and put the actual number into the case, right? If you issue only stock, no bond, no preferred stock, you get the left side of equation. If you use only bond, no common stock, no preferred stock, you get the right hand side. So for EBIT, you get 200,000 EBIT, right? 200,000, which is here, right? You see the indifferent point, right? 200,000 EBIT. You get the same earning per share, right? Earning per share at the same earning per share, right? If we put EBIT 200,000, you get earning per share. You have preferred stock left, right? Let's try out the last scenario, which is 100% preferred stock, 0 bond, 0 common stock. EBIT expected to be 500,000, interest 0, EBT 500,000, tax 30%, EAT, preferred stock dividend. Now you pay preferred stock dividend, right? Is 9%, right? 9% of 1 million, 90,000. EACS divided by share outstanding, you get earning per share. And you got the dot, right? You see 500,000. Look at the preferred stock line, right? You get first dot, which is the right dot of preferred stock, but you need to draw the line. You got to assume the other expected EBIT 150,000, right? Do the same thing, you get EPS 0.3. You get the left dot of preferred stock line. So as you can see from this picture, you see that the cross section between preferred stock and common stock is indifferent point between preferred stock and common stock financing. Okay, this is EBIT EPS. So if the expected EBIT is 500,000, what type of security would you prefer? You go back to this picture, right? If your expected EBIT 500,000, how do you get expected EBIT? From expected sale minus expected cost, right? If expected EBIT is 500,000, as you can see from the picture, debt, right, the green line, should be the best alternative. Why? With the same level of EBIT 500,000, debt can maximize earning per share. Okay.